Hi, I'm Annette Dunlap with the North Carolina Department of Agriculture, and today we're talking with Noah Boswell from the company Look to the Right about internet marketing. Hey Noah, how are you?
Hey, doing very well. I'm glad to be here.
I'm delighted to have you. Thanks for coming. So give us maybe like the 50 to 100 word description of what Look to the Right is.
Look to the Right is an internet marketing company, so we focus on helping businesses and specifically owners not only grow their traffic online, but grow their business online. So help generate sales, leads, new customers using the internet, and that is made up of a lot of different strategies depending on the type of business.
Okay, so most of the people that are going to be looking at this video are in the food business. Just for us to get the conversation started, off the top of your head, what are some things that you would begin to recommend to somebody who has developed a food product, perhaps has been successful in getting it placed on some of the North Carolina shelves in the Lowe's Foods or the Harris Teeter, may or may not be in a couple of the Whole Foods in their particular area? What would you recommend to them just out of the starting gate to think about when looking at using the internet to help boost those sales?
I would say the biggest thing there is having some type of web presence, and having that web presence would allow them to build their following. Contact people or collect emails or contact information of some sort, or a digital relationship, whether it be Facebook, anything like that, so that they can leverage that group of influencers or their customers to be to reach out to them later, so that when they do make it into that store, or if they're going to have if they're going to be in one of the supermarkets doing a product demo, etc., they can build their sales in store using the people that are already interested in the product.
Okay. So some of the things I'm starting to hear from people is they think that the social media side of things, especially Facebook, but also maybe Pinterest or Instagram, is starting to take priority over having a really good website. What is your response to that from what you're seeing?
There's a what we call in the business, multi-channel. So if you're a business owner and you have one of these food products, your main concern is customers and sale of your product. And of course, those business owners are going to work on their product to make it as great as possible, so that anybody that tries it wants to use it again or tell their friends about it.
Right.
So no matter what the channel be, whether it be someone searching on Google directly, somebody coming through Facebook or Twitter or any other avenue, they're all valuable channels to use, depending on how you leverage them and how many people you have that are, I guess, brand representatives for you, can determine what the value is of Facebook or social media versus Google or something of that nature.
Okay, so I noticed you've mentioned Google a couple of times. Is Google still considered the gold standard as far as search engines go?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing with Google is just the volume. They have the most volume, so that's most of the people that want to sell a product or have presence there for people that are searching for the type of product they have or sell. Want to be in Google just because of volume.
Okay, so the fancy term SEO, search engine optimization, is a word that, at least for me, and I've been involved with data processing and computers for a long time, and I'm sure you said you've been in business 10 years,
yeah.
You've probably worked with it before that. So that's still important. It hasn't gone away.
It is. It's changed over the years. I would say, back early days, even if you go back to 1998, search engine optimization was, and the thing you have to remember about the search engine itself, not to get too complex, but in the beginning, it was just like a child. And if we wanted to teach our son or daughter how to say mama or dada, we're going to mention mama, dada 10,000 times a day to help them learn what our names are as parents. And just like back in the day, that's in early or late 90s, that's the Google and the search engines were primitive, like young children. So people used what are now spammy tactics, which is using the same keyword over and over again multiple times to show up somewhere on Google. As the search engines have gotten smarter and more intelligent, you can't just repeat one word over and over again. So SEO has evolved as the search engines and their algorithms have evolved. But the strategies are really simple. I mean, Google and the search engines try and do what we as humans do in real life. And the more references your product or reviews or positive reviews and references your product gets, same thing is true online. The more positive reviews and references or links or commentaries or shares you get on the internet, usually the higher you rank on Google as well. In addition to technical items and more complex things that you usually need to have programmers make sure that everything's functioning correctly, kind of your X's and O's.